Hello guys, this is Jones10395 with another homemade video. This will be of my homemade camera mount for any gun with Weaver rails or Picatinny rails. I'll just be showing you how I did it, and I'll do some shooting tests too later in the video. But to get started, right now this is my Canon, Power Shot on here. I used it yesterday. If you can see right by the C on the Canon, like the word Canon, there's a dent in it. It took a hit yesterday because I went to an actual organized airsoft field yesterday for the first time. It's called Cleveland Indoor Airsoft, and stayed there for 4 hours and had a pretty fun time. I got 3 videos out of it, and I don't know if I'm going to upload that first or this first. I probably have already uploaded the airsoft video of the gameplay, which isn't that good. It's actually, in my opinion, pretty bad, because what I ended up doing to that was I taped this camera to the magazines of my G36, so it was right here, and I had to make sure my hand was up here. And since I would only expose enough of my gun to shoot at the guy, or whatever my target was, the camera most of the time was only looking at a piece of wood. It wasn't looking at the target. A couple times you could actually see what I was shooting at, but most of the time it was a horrible view. But I'll put it up anyways, just so you guys can get an idea of what's to come, because I'll be going there a lot more. They opened in April, and finally got a chance to go there with my dad. My dad came and he used this guy. I didn't use it because he's a big guy, so I wasn't about to give him a small G36. But so, just saying, I'm going to start filming all my airsoft wars now, whether they be at my friend's house in the forest or at the airsoft field downtown. But here's the mount once again. How I made it, whoops, was my dad let me take apart one of his mini camera tripods, which it probably held your camera up about 6 inches off of whatever you set it on. And it was a tripod, obviously. So he let me take that apart, and I took the head of it off, which I'll show you here once I get this done. I took the head of the tripod off, which is this silver part right here. All this and this clear mount right there. I took that off, so the legs aren't there anymore. And I drilled a hole in this old tactical light, really cheap tack light you would get from a shotgun, which is where I got this one. I got it on a airsoft shotgun at like Dick's Sporting Goods when I was just buying the kind of starter cheapo guns. And what I did was I ran an Allen key, which is the same size threads as the threads that held on the actual tripod itself, the three legs. There's a screw that held those on, so I put that back in there, that the weld for the screw, and I used an Allen key, if you could see that. And I just screwed it to the shell of this old tack light. So it kind of looks like a contour camera here, but the actual camera is obviously right here. And I cut the elbow on it so I can bend it to get any angle I want. I have to loosen this up. Let me do it real quick. And I can move the camera. I can put it anywhere on the gun. You could be looking at me shooting, or I could be looking at my target shooting. Or if I even want to, I could put it on the bottom of the gun, and then in Movie Maker just flip over the video, or do this or something like that. But you get I can do any angle you can imagine. I just have to have real space to put this on. So now I will go in the backyard and test out this. I have not tested it yet, so me and you will be watching it for the first time in this video. And I'm hoping that this will cut out all the racket of the high-cap magazines and the BBs rattling around, and me like getting my hand on the gun or anything like it was in the video with my G36, where I just taped this to it, which turned out horrible. So I'm guessing that this will probably cut out all the sound, and it'll have a way better view than the original mock-up did. So let's get to shooting. Alright, so I set up a little mini kill house. I have one target that's kind of far out, and then there's 2 around the garage that we'll go do. I'll do 2 angles on the M16, which is what you're looking at now, which I've renamed the Saber, either suppressed airsoft battle rifle or the suppressed accurate battle rifle, whichever one works. But so yeah, we got 2 long range, or 1 long range and 2 beyond the garage. So I'll do some bursts in each of them, and we'll start long range right now. Now we'll move. Alright, and I only put my booty hat on and goggles just to make it a little bit cooler. So, that's that angle. Now you should be able to see the long range target. Longish range, like 100 feet or so, like a big cardboard target, so it'll work now. There we go. And there's a big target, human size, and the small head size target. There we go. Same thing as last time. 1 long range target and then 2 behind the garage. And I'll do semi-automatic this time, as long as it decides to feed. So, here we go. And I'll go behind the garage. Alright, so this is the different angle. This is on my top rail of the G36. Here's the front iron sight, and then the muzzle's right by here. So you should be able to see the BB in full flight all the way to the target. So I'm actually going to aim at the camera. Or I'll no, you know, no, I'm not. It's going to be impossible. But here we go. Whoops. Alright. Next target. Switching hands. There you go.